I'm just trying to make sure I'm heard. I don't know if I could be heard yet. Just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out if I'm heard. All right. First and foremost, I want to say, Call Yahweh Shem Yahshai. What I just said is all praise to the Father and the name of the Son. Right? And I also want to say, Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barakatah. May the Most High in Christ bless. Right? So without further ado, we're going to get into it, man. Um, yeah, so this is Genesis 6, verse 1. It says, And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, right? And daughters were born unto them, right? Trying to make sure I'm heard. And it says that the sons of God, right? So we got to get the understanding of who the sons of God are, man. Are these the angels, right? Let's see, right? I'm actually just shooting from the hip, but we know it's in Luke 3, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just find it, right? Because we're gonna be able to get this real quick to divide the word of truth, man. Or it's is it John 1? Let me see, right? So the sons of God, right? Let's see. I didn't think John 1 was the no, okay. Hold on. Okay, so anyways, it says I was looking for something more specific because if I'm not mistaken, in Luke it says the sons of God, but I'm not sure, right, in the lineage. But even if you go back to Genesis, let me get rid of this over here. Even if you go back to Genesis 5, right, and you see here, this is all the this is a lineage, man, right? So then you got to go off of the lineage, right? So the lineage is talking about who? The people from Adam, man. Those are the sons of God, man. Right? So it says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, right? And they took them wives of all which they chose. So the angels did not sleep with with people, right? We gotta get that. So like yeah, it's Matthew 7, right? It's actually Matthew 22. Right, let me read the full chapter, Matthew 22, verse let's see, Matthew 22, right? So this is just showing you that the angels didn't have sex with anybody. Right. So we're gonna start off here, Matthew 22, 24, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife deceased and had no having no issue, left his wife unto his brother, likewise the second also, and the third and the seventh, right? And the last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her, right? And it says, this is the pinpoint right here, man. For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God. So the angels of God are not given unto marriage, man. Right? And then even in the kingdom, that's saying, man, that we not necessarily gonna have that setup, man. It's gonna be no giving in marriage, but we just gonna be able to deal accordingly, man. Right? But continuing on, because you could tell in the kingdom is 7 men, 7 women to each man, and it says in the kingdom of heaven, each man gonna receive 100-fold. So we gotta understand that when it's talking about this, man, it's talking about the women of earth, man, right? And it's not talking about the angels with the sons of God, but the men that are on earth, man. These sons saw the daughters of men. That's talking about those without the spirit, man, right? Because the Most High breathed the life into Adam, and Adam passed the law, statute, commandments down verbally to his seed, man. That's how Noah and Noah passed it down, and then Abraham got it, and then it was passed down through word of mouth, man. Right, and then this verse 6. I mean, verse 3. It says, "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh. So he's saying, look, they the sons of God, but my spirit ain't gonna strive with them always, man, because they also flesh. So the sons of God are also flesh, man. And it says, yeah, his days shall be in 120 years, and this ain't immediate, man. Right? This was not immediate, but this was rather later down, man. Right? Because Noah lived for 170 some years, if I'm not mistaken, man. Full of years, man. Right? But continuing on, man, there were giants in the earth in those days, right? A lot of people going to say this Nephilim, right? Nephili, Nephayal, Nephayal, and a lot of people say Nephilim, right? That's giant, right? Giant, the Nephilim, right? And then it says a feller, a bully or tyrant, right? So it's not necessarily talking about tall men, right? And it says it's three uses here. Let's see, right? Let's see the three uses in the biblical uses, right? So Genesis 6 and 4, Genesis Numbers 13:33, right? Give me 1 second, right? I'm looking for something specific because if it's not there, then I don't need it. But hold on, I found it. I'm looking for Philistine and giant to prove that this is a little bit different, right? So let's just go back in the BLB, right? Let's go back in the Bible, Blue Letter Bible, right? And let's get right. So we're going to 2 Samuel 21, and we're going to verse 18. That's where it's talking about another form of a giant, right? And let's see what that word for giant is, which was the sons of the giant, Raphaim. That's not the same word, man. So it says Rapayam, 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 right? So that says giant Raphaim, and it says old tribe of giants, right? And the biblical usage is 17 times, man, right? So we just looking at this, right? I'm trying to share the tab. We looking at this to see where they are, man, right? And it says camp, the Valley of Raphaim, that's the name, right? Valley of Raphaim, that's the name, right? And it says Valley of Raphaim, right? So we're seeing that this is often used as the Valley of the Raphaim, man, right? But this here says Valley of the Giants, man, right? And 9 times out of 10, man, this is referring to the now I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, but usually this is referring to the Philistines, man. Right. So going back into this here, man, Genesis 6 and 4. Hopefully, Lord willing, man, we see that the giants here were the same type of giants that's spoken of throughout the rest of the Bible, man. So these are renowned men, right? Mighty men, right? That ain't talking about tall men, right? And it says also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, they bare children to them, right? So they had children, man, right? And it says, and the same became mighty men, which were of old, right? So let's see that word for mighty men of old in the Hebrew, right? Let's see, children of them, the same became mighty men, right? Gabor, right? So mighty, mighty man, strong, valiant ones, mighty man, valiant man, strong man, upright champion, chief, excel, giant. So it's used one time as giant. Here, let's go here and see where that's used the one time, man. Let's share this tab, right? So even Gabor in 6 and 4, it's saying it's the same thing here. Or no, it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It's here, right? So that's not the same thing. But he breaketh me with the breach upon breach. He runneth upon me like a giant, right? So the giant here used, man, is talking about renowned men, right? And we was already there, right? Let's go back to this tab, go back, right? Because we want to see again giants, right? So that's Nephilim, right? Or Nephal, right? Let me see where that is, right? Na fa ya, Naphaya, right? And that's says we getting that word here, bully or tyrant, man, mighty men, right? That's what it's talking about. A fella, a bully or a tyrant, man. Right? And we got to get the understanding of this, man, because it's not necessarily talking about giants, but rather mighty men, which were of old, men of renown, man, renowned men. So that's saying what they were, man. Right? And it says, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually, man. Right? So, hold on. So this is Luke chapter 17, verse 28. It says, likewise, that as it was in the day of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, and they sold, and they planted, they builded, right? But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all, right? Even thus shall it be in the day of the Son of Man is revealed. So this is what we going into, man, is similar to how it's going to be during the time of the days of man, right? So we just using that to see that these two go hand in hand, man, right? And it says that the heart was only evil continually, man, right? So hold on, I'm gonna get one more. This is Second Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. It says this. There's no also that in the last days perilous times shall come, right? For men, hold on. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, right? Wicked, right? Wickedness amongst the earth, without natural affection, true breaker, false accuser, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. So they despise good things. Traitors, heady, high minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away, man. So we got to see here, man, that when it's talking about that wickedness was great in the earth, that's happening today, because this the thought the thoughts and the imagination of the heart is only evil continually. That's still to this day, man, with the other nations, man. No man really loves the Lord except for the Israelites. And in this day, it was similar to how no man loved the Lord except for Noah, man. So this is what we got to understand here, man. And it says, and it repented the Lord. So the Lord did not want this to be no more, man, right? And we could go into that word in the Hebrew really quick. It said, and it repented the Lord, right? So Nahum, that's a CH, that ain't a H, right? That's why you see the KH there. It's Nahum, right? And it says, comfort, repent, comfort, ease, right? To be sorry, console oneself, repent, man. So we could go into this, see what all this is talking about, right? And then if you even go in further, man, right? You gotta have, it says to repent up. So you gotta have a sense of regret, man, right? So when it says the Lord, he didn't want this, man, and it says the Lord, and wait, and it repented the Lord that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart, man. So the Lord was like, damn, man, I don't want to deal with these damn wicked ass people no more, because evil is going on continually, man. And I went to uh not did I go to Noah? I think I went to the day of Sodom, right? I got the wrong precept for that one, right? As in the days of Noah. Salakia, right? I just noticed that I got the wrong verse. Hold on, bear with me, right? This internet being kind of slow right now. I'm just trying to get the full chapter, right? So this Matthew 24, verse 37, right, it reads, it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, right? And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be, right? So that was what I wanted to get instead of what I just got and dealing with this wickedness, man. So they all drinking and being merry and doing all they thing, man. They not doing what the Lord want, but they doing what their own heart want, man. Right? And then it says, verse 7, and it says, then Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. So the Lord said that he didn't want this to happen, man. He regret that these people that he even made anything, man. Right? But it says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, right? Right? Hold on. It's if it's not there, it's gotta be in Hebrews, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So this Hebrews 11 verse 7, right? It says, but by faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet. So we got to remember, Noah was being warned of things that weren't even seen yet, right? So what do that mean, right? We're going to keep on going though, right? It says, move with fear, prepared an ark, right? So he didn't even understand what was going on, and he was moved with fear of the Lord, and he prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith, right? So it says here, man, right? But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, man. Right? So when it says in Hebrews 11 and 7, it says he being warned of God because he found grace of the Most High of things not seen as of yet, man. Right? Why would it say that, right? So let's go ahead and continue on that. And it says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, man, or Yahweh. These are the generations of Noah. So we're gonna continue down until it get to the flood. I'm gonna read through it, but we're gonna go down towards the flood. We're gonna get some of these little small points here, but we more so leaning towards the flood in this video, right? So these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. Noah was perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. So if the Bible says a man walked with God, that means he was perfect, right? That's why Enoch also, who was translated, he walked with God, man, right? He was perfect. And Noah begat three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? And what is perfection? Keeping the law, statutes, commandments, right? So how was Noah perfect? By keeping the law, statutes, commandments, man. Even though it wasn't there written, man, Noah had the law, man, right? Which was passed on through Adam and then down the seed, man. And so these are the generations of Noah. Okay, verse 10, right? It says Noah begat three sons, Shem, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. So it says everything was corrupt in the earth, man. Right? They were corrupted, not Noah, but the earth, man. The other men of earth was corrupted, right? And it says, and God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh corrupted his way upon the earth, and that's excluding Noah, man, right? Noah was the only one who was perfect in his generation and walked with the Most High God, man. Right, but continuing on, man, right? It says, verse 13, it says, and God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is become before me. So he is saying, yo, look, I'm about to take everybody out, right? And he says, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. So he's saying he's going to destroy them, right? And that's why I got Hebrews 11 and 7, right? Um, Yeah, we don't necessarily have to get that right now, man. And continue on to verse 14. It says, make thee an ark of gopher wood, room shall thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with the pitch, right? With pitch, right? So he's basically telling them how to make the ark right now, man. He says, and this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it and 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. And a window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. Here, let me show you what a cubit to foot is, right? So we're just gonna give a so here we're gonna see that 1 cubit is 1.5 foot, 1.5 foot. So doing the math here, right? Let me see if I can pull this calculator up real quick, man. Right, so doing the math real quick, right? What's the first one? Where was the first one, right? So it says 300 cubic, 300. So I know the math for that is 450, right? But um, I just wanted to do it with my calculator. I know it's not seen, but 300 times 1.5 is 450, right? So what it says here is that the length of the ark shall be 450 feet, right? So now we got 50 cubits. Let's do 50 times 1.5. I'm not sure with that. I knew it was 75, but I didn't want to make an ass out of myself. So that's crazy because I should have just went with what the gut is, right? And basically that's 45. So 75 cubits or 50 cubits is 75 feet, and then 30 cubits is 45. I'm just gonna do 30 times 1 point no 30 times 1.5, that's 45, right? The mathematician you got over here, look at me, right? But this is the Lord gave them by fashion the ark of the Noah's ark, man, right? So I'm just gonna go into this, man. They found the remains of the Noah's Ark, man. It's fit the cubits and everything, man. And they say it's on Mount Hebron, man. Right? So if I'm not mistaken, that's where it was called. But by definition of the Bible, by size of the Bible, man, it fits the same description of what they found here, man. So when we see that this was actually history, man, it was actually done, man, right? And it says, "A window thou shalt make in the ark, and in a cubit shall thou finish it above." Right, and the door of the ark thou shalt set and the side thereof with lower, second, and third stories that thou shalt make it. So the Lord said, make it with a first floor, second floor, and third floor, man. This was the ark, man. The Lord was very specific with it, right? And he said, and behold, even I, do bring flood of waters upon earth. This is what Noah didn't understand, man. Right? He said he was going to bring a flood of waters upon earth to destroy all earth. What did that mean, man? Right? Now let's go back to right? We just want to go back to Genesis 2 and then we're going to jump back. Let me just find it, right? Okay, so it ain't that chapter, right? It's got to be the next chapter. Okay, so it was actually 2. I just wasn't typing in the right thing. Salakia, right? Bear with me. Okay, so Genesis 2, verse 5, right? It says, in every plant of the field before it was on in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for Yahweh God have not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. So when we see Genesis through Genesis 6, I'm not too familiar where we was, man. We was around here somewhere, right? It says here, right? Hold on, I didn't know if I understood it not, right? Oh, that was in okay, so it says Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet, right? So that's talking about the rain here, man, or the flood, man, right? They didn't have a flood before this, man, right? This didn't happen, right? So continuing on, and behold, I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh. wherein is the breath of life, man, from under heaven. So they had the breath of life, these other people, man. But they didn't keep the breath of life because what did they do, man? Or they didn't keep the ways because they it was only evil continually upon the earth, man. Right? So they were given instruction, man, but they didn't take heed in the instruction, man. So that's why the Lord had said that he should destroy the earth, man. Right? And everything that is in the earth shall die, man. So he said, wherein is breath of life under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But this also ain't talking about the breath of life in Genesis, because if you think about it, this talking about the animals as well, man. You got life, you breathing, man. So it's not necessarily talking about that, but in some ways it will, man. It is, man. But it says in Genesis 6:18, which is a very important precept of the Bible, man. It says, "But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee." So he says, "With thee I will establish my covenant." Let's see what the establish is. Kawam, kawam, right? It says, stood up, rise up, arise, raise, establish, stand, perform, confirm, again, right? Set, establish, right? Surely, continue, sure, abide, accomplish. So this is what we want to see is established. He said, raise, arise. So he is raising up the covenant with Noah, man, right? Noah was the beginning of the covenant. He established it through Noah, man, right? And we're going to continue on, man. It says, "And of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female." So the Lord said, you got to bring every animal into the ark, two of each, male and female, bring them in, right? So that they could stay alive, man. So the Lord wanted every man on earth to die, except for Noah, and he wanted every animal on earth to die, except for two of each, man. Right? And continuing on, though, it's more than that. It says, "Of the fowls after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing that is a thing of the earth after his kind, two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive." Right? So that's why actually we're gonna go here back in Genesis 1, right? I'm gonna share this tab, right? Now we gotta remember, right? How would if you think about today's day and age, how would somebody have the ability to get two of each animals into the ark, man? That's because the Lord gave, this is Genesis 1:26, "And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So the Lord said, look, you got dominion over everything on the earth, man. Right? And we didn't need the fish, because what, the fish were able to live without being two inside the boat, man. So that's vanity. But going in, man, right? It says, I don't even know. Oh yeah, I was going into dominion, right? So it's rada, right? Rada, to rule, have dominion, dominate, tread down, right? To have dominion, rule, subjugate, to cause, to dominate, to scrape out. So when it's not understood how Noah had the ability to take two of every sort and bring them into the ark, because he had dominion over the animals and the fowls and all that other stuff, man. So Noah had dominion over all the flocks of the field, all the animals, everything, man. Right? All men had dominion over that. But the tides changed, man, when we started rebelling against the Most High, man. "And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be food for thee and for them," right? So the Lord told him, yo, you need food too, right? That's simple, right? And thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him. So did he. So the Most High commanded Noah to do this, and he did it. That's why Noah was accounted as perfect, man. But continuing on, right? We're gonna continue on in Genesis chapter 7, verse 1, right? This may be where I end it for the day, man, because I'm already halfway through, man. This one is roughly about the same amount of chapters, man. But even if I don't end it here, man, we're gonna still get into it, man. So continuing on, man, it says, and Yahweh said unto Noah, "Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteousness righteous before me in this generation. So Noah was righteous before the Lord, man, right? And it says of every clean beast. So now you have to see, how will we know what clean beasts are, man? Right? Noah and Adam, they knew what clean beast was, man. It was not listed, man, what the clean animals was, man. So it was already there that we knew that it was a differentiation between regular animals and clean animals, right? But this is as of every clean beast thou shalt take thee by sevens. So he said, look, we need seven of all the clean animals, man. So therefore, the clean animals was different than the regular animals who you took two and two by name or by twos, man. Right? So you got Leviticus 11 and Leviticus 11 where you got the clean animals and the unclean animals. Think of it that way. Anything listed in Leviticus 11 was clean. That was taken by sevens by Noah. Anything listed in Leviticus 7, that was, I mean, 11, that was unclean. Leviticus 11 was unclean. That was taken by twos by Noah, man. That's easy to be understood, right? And then it says of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and female. But he said that you, let's go back to 6 real quick, right? And at the bottom, right? It says, of the fowls after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing that is of the earth after his kind, two of every sort. So that's saying here in Genesis 1 and 3 that it's not just the fowls of the air, but it's the clean fowls of the air, right? Like the turtle doves and the I don't know. It's a list, man, right? Chicken, so on and so forth. We got a list of clean animals, man, right? And it's all in the Torah, man, right? But the Lord had him take all animals, but the clean ones he had by 7, and the other ones he didn't, right? And he said, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. So men did not have understanding what raining is, man. But it says, in every living substance that I have made, will I destroy off the face of the earth. So he ain't saying, and that's why we got to understand that the Lord says things, man. And he don't mean exactly that, man, because he not destroying every living substance that he made off the face of the earth. He destroying all of the other seed of the wicked off the face of the earth, not Noah and his seed, man. Right? And it says, and Noah did according to all that Yahweh commanded him. So he made that ark. He did all that work, right? And it says that Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark because the waters of the flood, right? So then it keeps on going, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark. So everything had 2 and 2, man. Male and female as God commanded Noah, right? So that's still saying the same thing. Of clean beasts, it was 7 though, right? And it says, and it came to pass after 7 days, the water of the earth and the waters, okay, Salakia, right? In the self same day, Noah entered Noah, Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons into the ark. They and every beast after their kind, and the cattle after the kind, and every creeping thing after that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, every fowl after his kind, and every bird of every sort, right? And they went into the ark, right? 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life, right? And then they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God commanded him, and the Lord shut them in, right? So the Lord shut them in there, man, right? And it says, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, the waters increased and bear up the ark, and it lived up above the earth, Salakia, right? So and the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters, right? And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the hills that were under the whole heaven were covered, right? It says 15 cubits upwards did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered, right? And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. So everything died, man. right? And it says, and in though in whose nostrils was the breath of life, and all that was in the dry land. So everybody that was in dry land, not them that were on the ark, right? Don't be simple, but everybody that was in dry land died, right? So when they say that you have the Nephilim that got past the flood, wrong, man. And when they say that you have the lizard people who existed pre flood, right? That's wrong, man. Right? Because they if they still here to this day, that mean that they would have to have been able to live throughout the flood, man. And it says everything that has the breath of life died, man. So that means that everything that was on dry land, if those reptilian people were on dry land, they died during that time, man, right? And the ideology of reptilian man is that they came during the beginning. Actually, it's that they came during the time when the sons of men slept with the sons of the sons of God slept with the daughters of men. That's when the ideology comes about, man. Right? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You could tell me, but I could care less. I don't really care about reptilians, man. That's not scriptural, man. Right? That's where you get from the Book of Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher, man. That talks about that type of stuff, man. And that's why I tell people to stay away from that stuff, man, because it's a bunch of fairy tales in there, man. But continuing on, and not the real Book of Jubilees, Jasher, and Enoch, man, but the current connotations or the current compilations of the books of Jubilees, Jasher, and Enoch, man. They compiled those books as Jewish fables, man, not the truth, man. But continuing on, man, this is verse 23 in Genesis 7. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of earth. Both man and cattle and creeping things and the fowl of the heaven were destroyed of the earth, right? And it says, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. So that's the only people that lived through the flood, man. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days, man. Right? And I really wanted to show something too. So in the 600 year of Noah's life, right? So in Genesis 6, where we just went in, that it said that his God's spirit shall not always dwell with man. That was not right then and there, man. That was a future prophecy because Noah seen 600 years plus of life after the Lord said that, man. Right? Meaning that it was a future prophecy, man. So Genesis 8, verse 1, and that don't be simple, meaning that it wasn't going to happen, and the Lord prophecy come back vain. That's false, man. It was just a future prophecy, man. And also, when you get into it, man, sometimes people do live like a few years older than 120, man. Right? Let's actually get into it. Even though this is going off of even though this is going off of how we feel, right? Uh Man, so even though this is going off of feelings, this is still backing up. But this is proven a little bit. So this is a woman who lived, she was a nun, right? Of course she was a nun, right? Anna, Kevinanara Lucas, whatever you say that, however you say that, she lived to 116 years and 210 days. So she almost lived to 117, man. Right? But this is the one that I want to see, right? So it says Zaro Aga, according to the death certificate provided by his Turkish doctor, Zaro Aga, age was 157. He died in Istanbul, although some confusion about the place of death exists, likely due to the fact that his body was sent to U.S. right after his death, man. Right? So let's get into this. I want to see a little bit more than this, man. So he was born in 1774 in Mukkeep, man. So it's not always saying that man gonna only live to 120 years, but you'll be lucky to get past 120 years because there's instances where men live past 120, but it's rare, man. Right? That's not the Lord. He says numbers, but it's sometimes it's not 100% accurate, man. Right? Like 100 years, 400 years, so on and so forth, man. Right? But continuing on, man. Um, Let me see, right? It says the fountains are also the okay. So and God remember Noah, every living thing, and the cattle that was with him in the ark, and God made a wind to pass over the earth. and the waters assuaged, meaning the waters receded. Let's go to that word in the Hebrew. Sakak. So that's actually sasak, or that's shuk. That's a shakak. It's not actually sasak. It's shakak. So that's a K, and that's a K. So it's pacified, appeased, set, assuaged, cease. So he caused the waters to cease, right? And it says the fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped. So the Lord caused the did I skip a verse? Right? Let's go here and actually go back into that. So let's close this, right? This is Genesis 11, 7 and 11. And I just want to show you how the flood happened, right? Because he caused it to rain, right? But this is Genesis 7. I had to get this in the 7th year of Noah's life, the 600 year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, in the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open. So the water started coming from underneath and from above. That's basically all that's saying, right? The water that they say is in the earth, right? When you dig a hole so deep, you're gonna reach water, man. So the waters in the earth um crept through the earth, man. It broke the foundations of the earth, man. That's all that's saying, man. Right, and continuing on where I was at, man, because I don't know how I missed that in the fountains of the deep, and that's why I got it, because the fountains of the deep, right, and the windows of heaven were stopped, so it stopped coming, seeping through the ground, and it stopped coming from heaven, and the rain from heaven was restrained, so that fountains of heaven, man, not actually talking about rain, man. That's talking about mist or downpouring from the heavens, man. The Lord just caused it to open, man. Right, and that windows could technically mean the firmament, but it's not going to say that in the Hebrew. I'm almost certain of it, right? But it's araba, right? Araba, it's not Aruba. That's araba, right? And it says windows, chimney, lattice, windows, sluice, chimney. So a lattice, a window, dove coat, right? Chimney, right? Sluice, right? Let's see. Sluice. It says the gate or other device for controlling the flow of water, especially one in a locked gate, right? The act of rinsing and showering water to wash. So the Lord basically he let the waters out of heaven. Uh, he opened up the firmament. But that's yeah, I would say that's what it is, man. It ain't no way around it. But some people might not see that. I'm not arguing that point, man. If you believe that's something else, you could bring it to my attention and we could address it, man. And the waters return from off the earth continually. And after the 150 days, the waters were abated. So it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. But it was not until 150 days that the waters went away. And it says, and the ark rested in the 7th month, and on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. If you want to do the math for this, man, right? It says in Genesis 7, right? We're gonna see here the 2nd month. Was it this? Was it this right here? Hold on. Okay, well, either way, man. Let me go back really quick just to see if I can find it. I always use this finding page. Okay, so this is Genesis. Okay, so this is Genesis, right? Chapter 7 and 11. You have the 2nd month of the 17th day of the month. So typically speaking, a Hebrew month is 30 days, 29 days, 29 and a half days roughly, right? So you got the 2nd month, right? And the 17th day. So second month, 17th day, right? Even if you go 30 30 days in the Hebrew month, what some people go by, right? 30 days in the Hebrew month, right? So you have 30 days in the Hebrew month, and then 30 days broken down into 5 months. 5 times 30 is 150 days. 150 days. So if you don't know the Hebrew calendar, this won't add up. If you know the Hebrew calendar and you know that it ain't 31 days and 30 days, right? Some days have 29, some days have 30, man, right? But most of the time it's 30, man, right? Because you got the 28 days, you have a Sabbath, and then you have 28 days. The last day is a Sabbath. Then you have another day, and then you have another new moon, right? New moon. It's usually a day in between, man. And the Lord, He deal how He want to deal, man. So during this time, it adds up, man. That's rather here nor there. It adds up, man. Right. So these we see that it ain't misleading, man. It's true, right? And it says and the waters decrease continually until the 10th month. And the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So this doesn't even say that the waters were gone away until um after the 10th month. He said you just seen the uh the top of the mountains on the beginning of the 10th month, man. Right? That's the first day of the 10th month that you seen the beginning of the 10th, the top of the mountains. So you see that Noah was on the ark for longer than 40 days and 40 nights, man. Right? And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark. So this is telling you what happened. This ain't saying that this is all in the process of 40 days. This is just telling you what Noah did during that time, man. So this is at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the ark, which he had made, and sent forth a raven, and which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated, right? Same word here, abated, right? So that's when he seen that the waters was abated from the face of the ground, man. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him in the ark, for the waters were for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him into the ark. So the Lord, Noah, during this time, man, he was dealing with this, man, right? And he threw the raven out, and he threw the turtle dove. The turtle dove came back. The raven was going back to and fro, right? So he wasn't coming back. That's what this is saying. And then it says, but the dove found no rest for it. Okay, verse 10, it says, and he stayed yet other 7 days again, sent forth the dove out of the ark, right? And that's not necessarily hand in hand here, man, right? But this is the timeline, man. And it says, but the dove, and then he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he set forth the dove out of the ark, and the dove came in the evening, and lo, there was an olive leaf plucked off, and Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth, and he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him anymore. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, right, the waters were dried up from the face of the earth. So then here, right, the 10th month until the next year, which was the first day of the first month, right? Let me see. Hold on. First day of the first month, right? The waters were dried up from off the earth. So that's when the the earth was dry, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and look, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, the earth was dry, man. Right. So then it took a little bit longer for the earth completely dry off, man. Right. The ground was dry, but the earth was dry in that day, man. And God spoke unto Noah, saying, go forth of that ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth thee every living thing that is with thee of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth. Right? So this ain't just talking about the cattle, but this is what I'm talking about with him and his wives and his sons with him too, man. And it says that they may breed abundantly in the earth and be fruitful and multiply. And Noah went forth and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, every beast and every creeping thing, every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth and earth after their kinds, right, went forth out of the ark, right? Verse 20, it says, and Noah building an altar. So the Noah sacrificed, man, right? But it says, and Noah building an altar unto the Lord and took every clean beast and every clean fowl and offered burnt offerings on the altar, man. So he had two of each animal, but he also had seven each to make an offering, man, right? Of every clean beast, man, and every clean fowl. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground again for my name's, for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, and summer and winter, the day and night shall not cease. So the Lord said he's not going to destroy the earth no more, right? I want to make sure I could get this chapter right before it get too late, right? So Genesis 9, we're going to go right into it. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. So this is when the Lord told him to be fruitful and multiply, right? And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and upon every fowl of the air and upon all that moveth upon the earth and upon all the fishes of the sea, and to you, your hand are they delivered. So this is still saying that they still had dominion over the fowls of flocks and all that stuff, man. Right? Everything that liveth shall be meat for you. Every green herb have I given you things, man. So this is the Lord saying that everything that liveth shall be meat for you, right? It's not necessarily saying that we could eat anything, but it's just saying that you could eat the herbs, man, right? And then obviously we knew what the clean animals was, right? So everything that liveth of the clean, man. But they knew that. Why would it mention anything about clean animals in a prior chapter, man? And then it says that you could eat anything, right? They knew that it was clean animals in which they could eat, man, right? But the flesh with life thereof, which is blood thereof, shall ye not eat, right? And it says, surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, and the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Now, when you deal with animals, it's the proper way to slaughter the animals, right? So the blood had to go upon the lamb, and when you deal with animals, and I won't say that this is saying that they can eat the flesh right there, man. But some people might say that, right? But it was a certain way that it was required to do it, man, right? And everything that we ate had to be done a certain way, man, right? And it says, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. So it says, and surely your blood of your lives will I require, at the hand of every beast will I require it. So we got to know how to properly do it, man. But it says, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. So it don't say that about the animals. It says that about man, right? When you kill a man, you gotta die, man, right? And it says, "For in the image of the Most High made he man," right? And it says, or in the image of Elohim, right? And it says, "And you be ye fruitful and multiply and bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein." And God spake unto Noah and his son, saying, "And behold." Beautiful precept, right? This is one of the more important verses, just like I read in the last one about the covenant, man. This is the same thing, man. We want to know why the Lord dealt with the covenants and why he gave it to us, man. Right? This is because he have destroyed the earth, man. But it says, and behold, I established my covenant with you and with your seed after you. This is more important because it says with your seed after you, not with your seeds, but with your seed. So he's talking about one specific seed, right? And it says, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl of the cattle and of every beast of the earth with you, right? And from all that go out of the earth, of every beast of the earth, I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off anymore by the waters of a flood. He made sure he specified that it's not going to be waters of a flood anymore, right? Neither shall there be any more a flood to destroy the earth. So he said it's not going to be a flood that's going to destroy the whole earth, right? It is floods, but it ain't a flood that's going to destroy the whole earth. You have tsunamis that destroy whole coast and shores and cities and coastline cities, but that's not destroying the whole earth, man. That's what the Lord is saying here. He's not destroying the whole earth, right? And it says, and God said, the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations, man. What is this covenant, man? Right? I do set my bow in the cloud. This is talking about the rainbow, man. So whenever we see the rainbow, this is talking about what? The Lord will not destroy the earth with water anymore, man. And it says this is the token which it shall be a token of a covenant between me and earth, right? And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. So we see rainbows all the time, man. Now remember my covenant, which is between me and you. And this is not about the LGBTQXYZ, man. It's about the Lord's covenant, man. They took it and profaned the Lord's holy things, man. Right? But it says, I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. So he said he made a covenant with his seed, but then he also made a covenant with all flesh that he would not destroy the earth anymore. So there was a covenant with all flesh, man. But it was different, right? It wasn't the same thing. And okay, and it says, and the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all the flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? And Ham is the father of Canaan, and Canaan's starting to get mentioned already, because you got to know that, man, right? Why do you got to know that? Because of what is happening next, man, right? And it says, these are the sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, man, and he drank of the wine, right? So Noah was drunk one night, man, right? And was drunken, right? And he uncovered within his tent, man. So he was naked in his tent, man, right? And let's get that uncovered just real quick. Galah, Galah, right? It says, uncover, discover, captive, carry away, reveal, open, captivity, shoe, remove, appear, right? To uncover, remove, uncover, to remove, depart, go into exile, right? To uncover oneself, to discover or show oneself, to reveal himself, right? So that we right, and then it says to uncover nakedness, right? Nakedness, general, right? So and then even here, lay bare, right? To make itself show, reveal. Okay, so we can see that now, man. So through seeing that, we understand that most men knew that when it said that he was uncovered, it meant that he was naked, man. Right? You should know that. That's common knowledge, man. But going into the Hebrew, if you don't know that, you could tell that, man. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. So that's how you know he was naked, man. Right? Because he saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. So he went in and he saw his father naked, and he told his brothers that was outside, man. Right? So Ham sinning, man. Right? That it is what it is, man. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, that they saw not the face of their father's nakedness. Let's get that, man. Right? It might be either Exodus or 9 or hold on. It might be it's either Exodus, Numbers, or Leviticus. Okay, so it's Leviticus 18, right? And it says after the verse 3, it says, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. After the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall you walk in their ordinances. So that's a commandment the Lord told us, right? And then this is verse 7. It says, the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. So we should not see this. And that was why they knew, like, yo, we got to go backwards. We don't want to see our father naked, man. So this here is saying that they had the laws, man. They had a form of the laws because they knew that they weren't supposed to see their father naked, man. Right? And then it says, and Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, curse be Canaan. So he didn't even curse him, he cursed Canaan, man, which was a nation or a descendant of Ham, man. Right? And it says, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brother, man. Right? So Canaan is set to serve his brethren for all eternity, man. Right? And it says, and he said, blessed be Yahweh, God of Shem. Hold on, let me see that really quick. What verse am I in, man? Right, verse 25. Let me get this out of Bible Hub. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's a precept that I'm missing, right? So we got Genesis 9 and 25. Let's go to Genesis 9. So already on Genesis. Let's go to 9. And let's jump down. Let's share this tab. Let's jump down. Right, too far down. I just said. Started in Genesis 9, man. How am I at 25 already, man? Dang, it's a quick chapter for real. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, it's in the New Testament. Or it's either in Zechariah. Indeed, every pot in Jerusalem and Judah will be holy to the Lord, and those who sacrifice and take them will no longer be a Canaanite. So that's one of them. Zechariah 14. So let's get there really quick. That's why we use the Blue Letter Bible, man, or Bible Hub, man. You just seen how I just found a precept for this verse right here, man. You got to be able to go into that and utilize that sometimes, man, because it will tell you, man. Okay, but this is Zechariah 14, 21. Zechariah 14:21. It says, yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness until Yahweh shall tazabah, right? Yahweh of hosts. And all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them and feed therein. So this here is not just talking about Israel, man, right? This is actually talking about all the other nations as well, man, right? All the other nations going to sacrifice in that day, man, right? And shall come and take of them, right? And feed therein. And in that day there shall be no more Canaanite in the house of Yahweh, shall Tazabah. So the Canaanites not going to be in the house of the Lord, man. Meaning that they're going to be servants of the servants, man. A servant of thy servants you shall be, man. Right? Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can find another one, right? There was another one that I'm looking for. Nope. It might be out of Joel. I'm not sure though, man. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna look for Canaan real quick in my phone. Right? And let's see what we have in Joel. Right? Let's just see. Because I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure, right? So I'm not sure, right? It's not there. Um okay, so it ain't there, right? I'm just trying to make sure, right? To cover all my bases, man. Right? But even then, going in, right, is so we understand that Canaan is going to be cursed, and a servant of servants shall he be, being that he going to serve the servants to us, right? And it says, and that means that they're not going to be able to be in our kingdom, right? And it says, and he said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So it says he gonna be he's the God of Shem, and Canaan is gonna be Shem's servant, man. Right? And then Shem ain't just specific to Israel, man. Shem is all the Shemites, man. Right? And they ain't just gonna be the servants of Shem, man. Because if you see the next verse, man, it says, God shall enlarge Japheth, he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So Canaan even gonna serve Japheth, man. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. So Noah died after the flood, man. Or Noah died after all this stuff, man, right? So we're gonna get another verse, another chapter, man. Because this is simple, man. This is a lot of simpleness in Genesis 10. So we're gonna keep it simple, right? So this is Genesis 10, verse 1. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were born sons after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus, right? And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz. Now we have to understand, right, that Ashkenaz is not the Ashkenazi Jews, man. Hold on, let me just actually look in here, right? I think it's the Duke, but let's see. Let's go back here, right? I don't want to misspell his name because we don't deal with Ashkenaz too often, right? So it is actually just the only Ashkenaz in the scripture. But the Ashkenaz that the Jews took on, they took on other men's names. Like you got to think of Gog and Magog. The Russians are Edomites, but they call themselves Gog and Magog or Russians, man. Right? So this is why a lot of people think that the other nations or the Greeks and Romans and so on and so forth were Japhites, man, because you got Gog and Magog and you got Ashkenaz, man, right? But that's not the case. And Ripha, and Togarmah, right? And Javan and the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarshish and Kittim and Dodanim, right? By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, and every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations. So this is the isles of the Gentiles. Japheth, right? The isles of the Gentiles would be more so like what we have today. The some people say that the Samoans are Israelites. I don't believe it. Samoans, some people, the Aboriginals of Australia, right? And it's more into it, right? Like the original inhabitants of the land of Europe, man. Those were the original, and that's why you will get Grecians being Japheth. But the original Grecians, man, um, were Japheth. Then the Hebrew Edomites, they came and took Greek and called it after their own name, man. Right? They not called it after their own name, but they came and took it as their own, man, and start saying, look, we these people, man. Like Egypt, they did the same, man. Like Israel, they did the same, man. Right? These aren't, but it is what it is, man. And the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan. Right? Canaan is cursed, but Cush and Mizraim in the Hebrew as well. And that's Matazarayim. Matazarayim. Right? And that's what? Egypt. Egyptian. Mizraim, Egyptians. The land of the Copts. Right? The Copts. I don't even know what that mean, right? So it's simple, man. Egypt is Egypt, man. Right? Mizraim is Egypt. That's who it is, man. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and they say that Ham is the progenitor of the dark races, man. So Egyptians have to be dark, right? We see that in the Bible dictionary, man. But they say that Ham is not the dark nations, man. They say that Egyptians are of all nations. And I'm actually gonna get that. No, I'm not gonna get that off my Twitter, man. My Twitter probably lit right now, man. Cause I've been debating Romans the 11th chapter, man, for 4 days on Twitter, man. right? I'm actually probably going to bring out the breakdown of Romans 11 chapter a little bit later on today, or I might go into it to break up this Torah series up a little bit. I might go into Romans 11 tomorrow after I get another video in there, man. Right? Because Romans 11 is not talking about the other nations, man, but that's rather here nor there, man. Right? I will go on there to show how we talked about this, man, but I can't, man. I will be too much to find this, man. Right? So because somebody has said on my Twitter that Egyptians, right, had all different nations of people depicted in their pictures. That's what was said. We know that it's the hieroglyphs, and the hieroglyphs do not determine the time of Christ, man. Christ hiding in Egypt wouldn't be determinative of hiding in Egypt, or the time of us being slaves in Egypt when the hieroglyphs were depicted, man. So that's rather here nor there, but continuing on in the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Saptah, and Rama, right, and Sabekta, right, and the sons of Rama, Sheba, and Dedan, right? Cush begot Nimrod, and he began to be a mighty one in the earth. Let's get that mighty one in the earth. Mighty, Gibor, it's the same word. Is that valiant men or the men? Oh, let's see where it was. It should be right here. You can see, right, and they became mighty men. So let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. So when we see Nimrod, he was the same as the mighty men in the earth, man. He was the same as the daughters of men, right? He was a daughter of men. He was mighty in the earth, man. He was a cruel leader, man. Right? That's why it was said that he would be referred to as a giant, even though it wasn't there, man. Right? He is mighty, man. Right? And it says he was a mighty hunter before Yahweh. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before Yahweh, right? So he was strong, man. He was mighty, right? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, man. Nimrod had rulership over Babel, man. Nimrod, and a lot of people will say that Babel is the origin of Babylon, man. Let me actually get in there, man, because we want to see what Babel is. It's not going into Babylon, man. It's from the Balal, page 1 and it's Mingo, co-found, anointed, right? So Babylon, Babylonian, Babel. So actually, Babel and Babylonian is the same thing, man. Right? Babel or Babylon. Confusion by mixing Babel or Babylon, the ancient site or capital of Babylonia, modern Hillah, right? Situated on the Euphrates, right? So that wouldn't be a misconception to say that Nimrod was the first king of Babylon, right? Because this here is the same thing, man. Babel and Babylon, that's the same place, but the Lord split this up, man. And Iraq, right? And Akkad, right? And Kalna, right? And the land of Shinar, right? So he was a king over all these places, man. Out of the land went forth Ashur and built Nineveh, right? The city of Rehoboth, right? And Calah, right? And Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, that the same is a great city, right? And Mizraim begot Ludim and Enanim and Enamim and Lahabim and Naphthuhim, right? And Pathrusim and Kaluhim, out of whom came Philistine. So Philistines came from Kasluhim, right? Which was hold on, I see right. Pathrusim, right? Let's see. Pathrusim was from Mizraim, right? Mizraim came from let's just make sure here. Mizraim came from Ham directly. So Ham, Egyptians, Philistines, Egyptians. Not Ham Egyptians, but Mizraim Egyptians, right? And it says Mizraim, we got all these people. So Mizraim, we got Pasudim and Kasalim, right? Kasluhim, right? Out of whom came the Philistine or Philistines, right? Let's actually get that right because we're not going to add to the scriptures, right? The Philistine, right? Palashatan, Palashatan, right? That's Philistine, Philistine, immigrant, inhabitant of Philistia, descendants of Mizraim. It's simple mathematics, right? You just go into the Hebrew and you get a lot of understanding from the Hebrew, man. Philistines are Egyptians, man, to say the least, man. Mizraim, Egypt. Egypt had all these, man. Even though they were different nations, right? They technically the same people, right? Even though they may be different nations, right? They're the same people, right? They even in there, and I'm not sure if Philistine is listed in 18 nations, right? So let's see, 18 nations chart, and we're gonna see this, right? And that's what important to see, man. Every time you go into the 18 nations chart, you're going to see this, right? This is how you know that the other nations don't know what's going on. They haven't even been able to do anything to present what the other 18 nations is. They don't even try and tell you who the other 18 nations is because we are all spiritual Israel under Christ. That's what they say, man, right? But we have Edom, right? And that's what? The white man. Elam, Indians, right? Assyria, it should be Moab after this because Moab should be after the white man because their destruction is next, and then India should be after the white Moab. But we're not gonna go there. This is what it is. What it is. But Indians, Elam, right? So Elam are the Indians, and we're not even there yet, man. Right? We have Assyria, which is Assur, right? And then we have Syria, which is Aram, right? And then we have the Arabs, which are Ishmael, Chinese, which are Moab, Japanese, which are Ammon, Ethiopian, which are Cush, Egyptians, which are Mizraim. So the Cushites, the Egyptians, right? Or the Philistines fall hand in hand. There's no different nation, right? The North African is Phut, right? South Africans is Canaan. Turkey is Gomar, Russian. And that's not the Russians that we speaking of, but like the certain Russians in there, man. Right? Let me actually show you what a god, a Magog would look like, right? But the Greeks, that's not the Greeks of today, man. That's the old ancient Greeks, right? And then Germans, that's not the Germans of today because they're white people, man. That's the Ashkenaz, man. So Spanish, that's not the Spanish of today. That's the Spanish of old time, man. Those, and then Cyprus, which is Kittim, man. Right? And Kittim, I've had a hard time when identifying who Cyprus is, man. I'm not gonna lie to you there, man. Right? It was something that I was looking for though, man. I lost track of thought, man. But that's rather here nor there. But when you go into the 18 nations chart, you got to go here to see who is a nation and who is not, man. Right? So it's here, man. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, right? And the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvite, and the Zemarite, and the Hemathite, right? And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. So Canaanites got all these families, right? And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou unto Sodom and Gomorrah and Admah and Zeboim, even until Lasha, right? These are the sons of Ham after their family, after their tongues, and their countries, and in their nations, right? Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber. What is Eber? The father of the Hebrews, right? Let's get that. Iber. I-B-R. Iber, right? So, Iber or Heber, Hebrew, that's where it descends from, the region of beyond, right? So then it tells you all these stuff, man, right? The name of two patriarchs of four Israelites, Eber, Heber, right? So this is where the term Hebrew come from. If I'm not like to be Hebrew, you have to descend from Eber. So I honestly don't know what eponym means, man. But it says perhaps eponym. Let's actually look up the definition, right? Let's search for eponym. Let's share this tab. A person whom a discovery, invention, place is named or thought to be named. So this is what people think the Hebrews come from. So Eber, anybody who descends from Eber, not anybody who descends from Shem, but anybody who descends from Eber, is a Hebrew, right? So unto Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even unto him were the children born, right? Unto Shem, Elam. So Elamites or Indians are what? Hebrews, or not Hebrews, but Shemites, man, and Ashur and Axaprod and Lud and Aram, right? And of the children of Aram, Uz and Hul and Gether and Mash, right? They got easier names in this, man. And the Axaprod, right, begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. Now, this is where we got to get into knowing the lineage, man, because Eber is who the seed is chosen through, man. But unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Pelag, right? Let's go into Pelag really quick, man, to deal with this, right? What's the definition of Pelag? Division, right? Also, earthquake. So division, earthquake. Remember that, right? Why would it? Now we got to remember what it says about Pelag too, man. Right? And I know it's Peleg, but I'll say Pelag because that is how it's supposed to be said in the Hebrew, right? It says, "And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Pelag, because during Pelag days, what happened? For in his days was the earth divided." So what is that going into? The Tower of Babel, man. Pelag, earthquake. The earthquake divided the earth, man. It was an earthquake that divided the earth. Pelag was not that earthquake, man. But he was there, and his name being Pelag was signifying that there was gonna be something great, a great earthquake or a great division in his days, man. Right? It says, "For in his days were the earth divided." Why would he be named that, and why would they let it be known that in his days the earth was divided? Because he was the one that he was a symbol, man. Right? And his brother's name was Joktan. Why don't we know too much about Joktan, man? Right? But continuing on, and Joktan begot Amalad, right, and Shalaf, right, and Hamar Hazar Marveth, and Jerah and Hadaram, right, and Uzal and Dikla, right, and Obal and Abimael, right, and Sheba. So there's another Sheba, not the one that was mentioned before mentioned, but that's another Shimpan, and Opar, Sheba, Salakia, and Opar, right, and Havilah and Joab, and all these were the son of Jotham, right? Did I miss some, right? And their dwellings was from Misha that go unto Sephar, a mount of the east, and the sons of Shem after their families and after their tongues and in their lands after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations and the nation, and by these were the nations divided. So it says these are how the nations are divided and the earth after the flood. So this is how we determine what the nations are. So I know I'm getting close to my point of stopping, so I'm not going to go into the Tower of Babel, man. This next chapter is going into the Tower of Babel, man. Right? Pelag, we see that. And this is how the earth was split, man. So we're gonna get back into this when the time is right. Most likely it's gonna be in the next couple days. So with that, I want to say shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah, EGA till we see the day.